I think the number one thing holding people back from living the lives they actually want to live is waiting until they feel 100% ready for it. And I'm here to let you know that feeling is never gonna come. Hopefully that comes as a sense of relief to you, because no matter how hard you try, you're never really gonna feel 100% ready for anything until maybe you're in the grave. The burden that you put on yourself is the burden to feel 100% ready, and that is not realistic. The word ready isn't a feeling, it's an action. So we're not even gonna use that anymore. Whatever you wanna do, if every step you take, you have to feel 100% ready, you're not going to last, because there's going to be many more decisions you're going to have to make along the way. You would then have to subsequently be 100% ready for every future decision after that. And it's just not realistic. What's good? I'm Melissa. This is Melissa V World. This is my first video on this channel. I had an old channel, but I revamped, and this is now the new home for all things discernment, emotional clarity, healing, peace, and finding joy in this life. So welcome to Melissa V World. Really what we're doing over here is talking about how you can exist in this modern world without getting lost in it. I feel like there are so many avenues in which one can get lost in the modern day, and I just hope that my channel can serve as a guiding light to whoever stumbles upon it. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok under the @Melissa V World, where I post short form content about these same things, and with a little sprinkle of beauty and fashion in there. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Enough about me. I really feel like the easiest way to have this conversation is to give examples. My example would be me. I wanted to make content. I've wanted to do content creation for many, many years. And I've had some starts. I've done it, I've made content, I've made lots of content over time. But I was never super consistent with it. And I think it came from this feeling of needing to be 100% ready. So I would have some momentum, but then the next stage would come and I wouldn't feel ready to maybe redirect my content, revamp my content, rethink things. I felt like I needed to have a certain level of readiness to keep going, and that readiness was never coming. Right now, I decided I was gonna film this video yesterday. I didn't write my script until 10 minutes ago, so I can't really say that I'm super ready for this video, but now that I've hit record, I'm sat down and I've started speaking, things are just coming, words are flowing. I didn't feel 100% ready before filming this video, but I'm here, I'm doing it, and that is what matters. So I really wanna start off this video by saying that showing up is the number one thing. I'm showing up right now, and I really want you to show up for yourself too. So what was it that I was really waiting to feel ready for? Behind wanting to feel ready, I think there's a lot of other hidden feelings that are going on beneath the surface. What do I mean by that? I don't want to feel ready. What I really wanted to feel was established. What I really wanted to feel was worthy. What I really wanted to feel was confident and sure that the content that I was putting out was good, was valuable. So ready isn't necessarily what I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel secure, I wanted to feel established, and I wanted the freedom that was gonna come with being my own creator, my own boss, not like the creator of the world. That's God. So I encourage you to ask yourself what it is that you're waiting to feel. You might think you're waiting to feel ready, but in fact, you might be waiting to feel confident, secure, worthy, established. Those are just some examples. Moving on from what is it that you're waiting for beneath the surface, let's move on to point number 2. Why I think it's important to not let the fear stop you, because sometimes you are putting yourself out of season. You know, like the idea that you have could be perfect for this season, but it might not hit, 2 seasons from now. It might not hit the same. The world waits for no one. Either you do it or somebody else will. The spot that you want is yours, but a lot of us willingly give up our spot to someone else. And that is what you have to stop doing. That is your spot. You need to claim it. You belong there. You're perfectly qualified to be there. You're perfectly equipped to be there. Don't let anyone else take what's for you. Period. Okay, so that is a big thing that I realized on this journey. And another really big thing, if you guys want to look at this in a psychological way, I ended up breaking down what was really going on beneath the surface. And I have a couple notes here because I want to give you guys some real solid evidence. So this is a psychological system that allows you to analyze what it is that you really want. Like, how can you achieve those things as well? I will put on the screen which psychologist I got this from, because I don't remember her name, but she killed it in this video that I was watching. It finally clicked to me in a different way for some reason. I don't know why. I've written these things like this down before, but I think the difference is I'm left with nothing else but to take action. And a lot of times that's where you're gonna end up. You're gonna end up with no choice but to act. And that's where I'm at now. And that's where I hope that you guys end up. It's time to act. How do we do it? This is the framework. You got to figure out the feeling that you want, the reasons you already have to feel that way, and what you can do today to feel that way right now in this moment. So I'll just give you guys one or two examples. As I said before, when it came to like my content and everything, I wanted to feel established. I wanted to feel free and secure. I wanted to even feel official, if you will. I knew that what I had to say was important, but I didn't feel official enough to say it. You get what I'm saying? To get to the nitty-gritty of that. So the feeling that I wanted to feel official or to feel established, what reason do I have to feel that way already? What evidence in my life do I have to feel official and established? What I wrote down was that I'm living the life that I say. I'm living the life that I preach. So that does give me a feeling of being official because I'm not like a poser. I'm not lying. I'm really doing my best. I'm not perfect necessarily, but I'm doing my best to actually live the life I say. What can you do today to feel official as well? For me, I love learning. I love learning information. The other day, I was literally watching a video about recycling and if recycling is really real and the origin of plastics. Such a random video, and the fact that I even sat through it let me know I enjoy learning. I enjoy just gaining information. So a way that I can feel official is by learning new things because it makes me feel like I have even more to say, and it makes me feel like what I have to say has backing, if that makes sense. And for me as a believer, another way that I can feel official is read my Bible, okay? I was someone who grew up in the church and never read my Bible like up until like a year or two ago, but now that I read it, I'm like, you are definitely cooking in here. It is just a great, great book. Even if you're not Christian, I'd really recommend reading the Bible. There's so many stories of people who just did not seem like they were fit to do certain tasks, but God pretty much equips them. He says, nope, you're ready, go. You know, so that for me is like the perfect thing to push me to act, even if I feel scared and even if I don't feel qualified. God thinks I'm qualified, okay? So I don't care who doesn't think I'm qualified. God thinks I'm qualified, and that is all that matters. And I'll give you one more example before we move on to the next point. Another thing I wanted to feel was free and secure. The reason I wanted to have a career in like content creation, being my own boss, is because I want that freedom. I don't like feeling constrained to a 9-to-5, and this is something I've known since I was like a young girl. This is not just me jumping on a new trend. I knew I was not a 9-to-5 girly ever since I was probably like 12 years old. The feeling I wanted was to feel free and to feel secure. What reasons do I have to feel that way right now? I have a car, okay? I have a working car that I can hop in at any moment and pretty much go anywhere I want. Is that not freedom? Okay, I have a home. I'm free to roam around my home. I'm free because I have security as well, right? I have food. Okay, I am secure because I am taken care of. I am fed. All of my basic needs are met. I am secure. These are just reminders of why. Maybe in my mind, I don't think I'm free, but look at all those examples I gave. I am free. Maybe in my mind, I don't feel secure, but all those examples I gave, I really am secure. What is something I can do today that would make me feel free or secure? Having one random excursion a week. I'm someone who really likes to do fun things. I'm very spontaneous and I like to have fun. So if I get stuck in a routine, they make me feel like the life is also being sucked out of me. Almost like a 9-to-5, similar thing, but slightly different. So I have to have something fun or exciting, even if it's just like going to a different coffee shop, even if it's laying my picnic blanket down under a tree and reading my book there. That to me is a fun excursion. So if I can do at least one thing like that per week, that makes me feel free. Your practice is to ask yourself what feeling, you throw the word ready out of the window. What do you really want to feel? What reason do you have to, or what evidence in your life do you have to feel that way now? And what can you do to continue feeling that way? What I can do today to feel content and at peace, I wrote nature walks, spending time with my loved ones, praying, stillness, music, and watching my favorite movies. That's what makes me feel content and at peace. What makes you feel content and at peace? What makes you feel what you want to feel? That is point number 2. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's an action. This is the most important realization. You're never gonna feel ready. You just gotta be ready. You just gotta act. Eventually, you're gonna feel more confident in yourself. Period. So now you've identified what it is you really want to feel. You've identified how you can go about getting there. Now we have to ask yourself, what are you doing now in this season that you've gotten all this information? Now you're pretty much at that stage where you have to do the thing scared. Do it scared, do it anyway, do it now. As I mentioned before, life waits for no one. The idea you have today might not hit tomorrow. I don't want it to scare you when I say that, but just try to think of it that way. The ideas I have, they might not hit tomorrow. I gotta get this out, okay? You need to put it out. The longer you wait, the less you're gonna like it and the less relevant it might become to others, okay? So in this season, it's time for you to start. It's time for you to learn. It's time for you to get through that awkward stage of, I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay. No one knows what they're doing. Even the people who say they are don't. So it's really the perseverance stage now. Going through the ugly, oh gosh, I'm doing this. This is awkward. This is uncomfortable. I'm currently doing that right now as I'm filming this video. So many questions, so many thoughts, so many doubts. But I'm actively doing the thing. I want you to do it too. Go, start. Ready isn't a feeling, it's an action. Take action now. Take action today. Do it scared, okay? My final point, the most important thing I would say is to be grateful for the season you're in right now. Don't look at your next season as it's gonna be so much better than this. And there's a great quote that says, life is really about becoming. Your whole life is about becoming your true self. It's about becoming who you always were. I'll find that quote and put it on the screen. That is probably one of the most profound quotes I've heard. Life is about becoming. It's not about the destination. It is about the journey. When you allow yourself to get up every day and be excited for what it is you have to do, there will be opposition. There will be roadblocks. There will be hindrances. There will be people telling you you're not good enough. You're not doing the right thing. But getting up with that zeal, that energy, it's really the mindset. Like, look, I'm doing this, even though what I'm trying to do is so far from what I'm doing now. Every single thing that I do is a deposit. It's like I'm depositing more and more seeds in my garden. You know what I mean? And if you want to have a luscious garden, you can't just put one seed. You got to put a bunch of seeds in there, and you got to keep watering it, and you got to keep watering it. Even if you don't see growth, you have to keep watering it. You have to keep feeding it. You have to keep giving it what it needs. You're the same way. Don't look at your life now and think that because you're not where you want to be, you can never get there. That is a lie from the pits of hell. Literally. You can get wherever you want to go. That moment will come up. You won't feel ready, but do it anyway. I'm not saying do crazy things. I'm not saying do illegal things. Let's stay legal. Let's stay holy. Let's stay good. But I'm saying those things that scare you that you know are really good for you, that is what's blocking your blessings. You not doing the things that scare you. It's holding you back from actually making that change. Step one, ask yourself, what is it that you really want to feel? 2, you got to understand that readiness isn't a feeling, it's an action. Step 3, you need to now actually take action, be courageous. And step 4, be grateful for where you're at right now. It is a 4-step process. Be grateful for where you're at right now. Get a journal, write down the lessons that you're learning during this season, because those lessons that you're learning now are going to be the very things that allow you to sustain and keep whatever it is you're working for. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful. Don't forget to hit subscribe on this channel. Again, it's my first video, so I'm excited. We're coming in with some heat. Hit subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and follow me on my social medias, Instagram and TikTok, for more short form content like this. I love sitting down and chatting, so this was a great time. I want to leave you with one final piece before I go. Maybe it's not that you need to feel ready. Maybe it's that you just need to be willing to begin. Thanks so much for tuning into Melissa V World, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.